This is Skip 101, brought to you by FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. So you are a big Laker fan. I mean, you grew up like within walking distance, it seemed like, of the fabulous Forum. So you went through Showtime era. What was it like to you when your team acquired Luka? What were your emotions right off the bat?
Surprised. Shaking my head that the Lakers once again did it again. This is an organization that, as long as I've known about it, has been able to grab the big names. From
Yep,
Will Kareem to Bob McAdoo to
they did.
Shaq, Kobe, Pau Gasol, even Anthony Davis. Getting that name, LeBron, and now Luka. So it's I just shook my head that they pulled it off once again. Yeah.
And have you missed Anthony Davis at all? Did you miss him in the postseason at all?
Yeah, I think we did. You know, I've never had a problem with his game. Of course, it's the injuries. You just never know when he's going to be available,
Yeah.
and I think that started to wear on the Lakers organization. So when he's on the floor, he's, to me, top 10 player in the league without a doubt, and so I think he's not in LA just because he couldn't stay on the floor. Um, so we'll see. I still think we need more pieces. Luka is a great player, but I think we need still some size. We got beat up on the boards
You did.
there, and we need that size.
How did you think Luka and LeBron clicked?
Pretty good. I don't think I saw any issues when they were both on the court. They both play kind of similar games. Very under control. Um, and I think Luka was getting comfortable in LA. They didn't have a lot of games to gel, so I didn't figure they were going to go far in the playoffs against teams that's been together for years.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that they didn't get out the first round, but they have to add pieces, and I expect better next year.
So the Mavericks turn around and land Cooper Flag with the first pick. I assume they're going to take Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
What could you see from AD if Kyrie can come back from his ACL and Cooper Flag? Do you think that's going to be a force to be reckoned with next year?
I think so. I had a chance to watch Cooper play out in Springfield a year ago at the Basketball Hall of Fame. They had a tournament for the high school players. And
Oh, yeah.
just to see him, out there moving and, um, I just think Dallas, got a good squad, with Kyrie, Cooper, and AD. I think it's a nice nucleus. Now, how much they stay on the court together, that's the only
That will be it.
thing you have to worry about. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, back to your Raiders. Do you still, is your heart still with the Raiders? Are they still your squad?
Definitely. I'm president of
Okay.
the Raider Nation. I can't go nowhere.
Okay. All right. You did create an entire basketball league called the BIG3. Was it your brainchild originally, or was that a co-decision, a co-creation?
Um, More of a co-creation, after when I say we, my guy Jeff Quantnitz, who I've been
Yep.
working for like 28 years. After we, brainstormed for a year, and we wasn't even thinking about this as a serious idea. We were spitballing. Um, 3-on-3. Why hasn't it been professionalized? What's the what's going on, really taking a look at it, and then saying, what would a league look like if it was a pro league? How would it be different? How would it be better? How would it, is there a void in the industry? Do people want it? And all those questions we spent a year asking ourselves and arguing about rules, and then we looked up and said, damn, man, this is a damn good idea that can actually work. And more people play 3-on-3 than 5-on-5 worldwide.
Fact. Yep.
So, hey, like, what's stopping us but us? Like, and so after a year, we decided, man, this is, if we can get, once Dr. J said it's a good idea, and George Gervin and Clark Drexler and Chauncey Billups and
they did
O'Neal, once all these Hall of Famers start to say that this is a good idea, we know we got a good idea. And it was just all about us saying, hey, do we have the fortitude to because it's a long shot to get this over the hump. And luckily we did.
You feel like you're over the hump. You feel like it is now a resounding success.
I feel like we are at the mountaintop and we're looking over and we're ready to roll the rock downhill and pick up steam and momentum.
Good for you. Congrats, man. That is a big achievement because it's against long odds.
Yes. Moving to the city models.
Yeah.
Taking on owners of teams is a path to the future. It's our path to success. Growing the league. We pared down from 12 teams to 8 to be able to really lock into these cities. And then we expect to expand, sell more teams, and continue to grow.
Good for you.